Alrighty, I am in Joshua Tree this weekend for my project, or this project with Joya Yoga. So I'm just gonna go get some petrol right now, and then it's gonna take me about three and a half hours to get there. So let's go.
I'm finna jump for the shit all top when I speak, all cap with the speech till they caught up in the rapture. So out of line with the phrase game. Let's take a break, been a long day. Hit your line, what you fall through with the light sticks. Maybe help me spark the ideas. We got nowhere else to go. It's only up from there.
Hey, so we made it here yesterday. I didn't record when I arrived here because I was actually running late, so I needed to film. I've got to go and do some shooting right now, but when I come back we are gonna go through the house, and as I go through the house I'm going to explain a bit more about this shoot, do the usual breakdown. Okay, we're out on the first day of the shoot now that so this morning we started off with a hike before they go into doing some more like yoga classes and stuff like that when we get back. But the hike was good. I had to get a bunch of content on this. I had to get photos, I had to get video for the actual, you know, the whole promo video. I had to get like TikTok kind of small form content, as well as drone shots. So a lot going on here. I've been running around trying like get in front of the group and stuff like that, so that's been difficult. Let's just take a minute to admire this view though. Golly, Joshua Tree is so pretty. So I feel very lucky to be here right now. But aside from that, what I wanted to mention is when you're out in a setting like this and you have a group that's not really experienced in like being in front of the camera, or doesn't necessarily really like being in front of the camera, you got to direct a little bit, and people don't mind that because then they look good, you know. So I've had a couple of instances, and I'm going to throw them up as I'm speaking now, where I've had to direct someone to either wave at the camera, smile, or if it's just a group setting, just be aware of that and like capture that as in the moment that they're in. I'm going to throw up, there was a video of someone waving that I got, sorry, not of someone meditating that was set up. I also got one of someone waving, and that was just a simple me just shouting out, hey, wave at the camera, you know, and then they wave, and it's much more of a charismatic and interesting image if they do that than if you were just capturing them walking, you know. Well, that's my personal opinion anyway. But yeah, I thought I'd share that from this morning. I'm gassed as you can probably hear. I'm rasping as I'm walking. Alrighty, I'll catch you this evening. Well, I thought it would make most sense to start this little house tour outside in the front door of the Airbnb. The gig is with Joya Yoga, so it's a yoga company, and I am filming a yoga retreat for them. Super cool location, super cool building. The whole idea of like these yoga retreats is obviously a very spiritual journey, and to really kind of help people break through. And so my job is just to capture what it's like to go on one of these retreats, because for a lot of people they're not really sure what it really means to do a retreat, to have a spiritual experience out here in an environment like this. So my job is just to capture a bit of this. I'm going to go to the next location, and I'm going to explain to you a little bit more about my history with the company. On to the next location. Okay, well, I thought the natural next place to go has to be pool. I wanted to talk about my kind of longer lasting relationship with Joya Yoga. They played a big role early on in my career as a videographer. I actually got a full-time job working for them, front desk receptionist. Then when I started getting into video, Razi took real faith in me that I could deliver, and I worked as their videographer for about a year before moving to San Diego. And since moving to San Diego, I've moved my role from obviously working in the studio through to being like a remote editor, and then coming in and doing all these like retreats that they do with the company as well. And then also it's great to kind of reminisce and look at the projects that I did like way back, like a year and a half ago with them, through to now, and see like the progress I've made. So they've really been here at like each stage of my career so far, which is awesome. Last project I did with them was actually in Nicaragua. Really cool project. I was really happy with the video, and I just had an absolute blast the whole time on that trip. But I want to talk a little bit more about that comparison between the two, because this project is very different to the last one. So we'll break that down a little bit now, but we're going to head to another location to do that. Well, I figured this could be the next location. I'm really doing a poor job of showing you the house, but yeah, the final part of this is I wanted to talk about this project. So this project is quite a particularly spiritual retreat, and so for this one I needed to be much more focused on kind of slower, slow-mo shots, more smooth fade transitions, whereas like I was mentioning before, the last project I did in Nicaragua was much more adventure based, so that's much more suited to what I've done previously, of just, you know, fast paced, masking transitions, quick cuts, all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of this vlog, and I'll see you wherever I see you next.
Dump finna jump for the shit up top when I speak, all cap with the speech till they caught up in the rapture. I'm so out of line with the phrase game. Let's take a break, been a long day. Hit your line, what you fall through with the nightsticks. Maybe help me spark the ideas.
Alright, and that concludes this trip and this weekend. It's been an amazing 4 days, really great group to film with. I had an absolute blast, and it's always a pleasure working for Raz and Yana. So if you're watching this, thank you very much, love you guys a lot. But yeah, I'm gonna head back to San Diego now. I've got about 3 hours of driving to do, so gonna head back there and get working on this video. I really don't know how this vlog went. I don't know if I captured enough for it, honestly, but whatever you just watched, I hope it was enjoyable, and I'll see you in the next one.
Dump finna jump for the shit up top when I speak, all cap with the speech till they caught up in the rapture. So